Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy KXH Rising back with another banger video. And today I got rounds 1 and 2 of the Greater Peoria Open here in Peoria, Illinois, and also Morton, Illinois. It is a 3-round, 2-day event. We just got done with the first round and second round today, so we have one more round tomorrow. But I have rounds 1 and 2 filmed for you guys today with a voiceover. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment down below what kind of videos you want to see next, frisbee golf related. I'm trying to switch more of my channel to frisbee golf videos and not so much like IRL. Like, obviously it's IRL shit, but like, you know, like challenge videos, you know, shit like that. But without further ado, let's hop into the video. Hole 1 is a par 3, 225 feet up the hill to the right a little bit, using my titanium Raptor and just throwing it up there. Oh, ESP Raptor, my bad. And I thought I pushed it too far left, but I ended up having like a 10-footer for my birdie. Psych, I suck. I rushed it, and I just ended up tapping it in for my par. Alright, my hole 2, but the course is hole 6, is a par 3, 217 feet up the hill. Throw my buzz at a slight hyzer. It goes up there. And from my reaction, you can tell I'm, you know, I think I'm a little deep, and I am just barely in bounds, tapping in for my birdie. Hole 3 is a par 4, 558 feet, just using my nuke, throwing it at a hyzer, and it's a pretty good shot for the most part, pretty good placement. For my upshot, I'm choosing to throw a buzz at just like a flat to hyzer. It hits a tree right off the bat, and I'm using my zone now to pitch up for my 3, and it was an alright shot, other than I hit another fucking tree. So now I have a jump putt for my 4, and I completely whiff it, and I take a bogey. Absolutely beautiful. Hole 4 is a par 3, 243 feet. Using my zone, just doing a little flick forehand. I throw it way too high. It gets lucky and gets all the way through, and I do have a putt for my birdie. But my putting that day was just not great, so absolutely just left side of the chains. Absolutely chain out, just take my par. Hole 5 is a par 3, 344 feet, using my passion at this right side line. It's a pretty good shot. Pretty much exactly what you want with this hole, just to do like a little layup, middle of the fairway. I'm just doing a layup. There's a huge drop off behind the basket, and I'm not risking it. Lay it up, take my par, even. Hole 6 is a par 3, 302 feet. There's OB right behind the basket. I'm using my buzz and grip block and just get slammed down straight into OB. Has no chance of skipping back in. Using my zone now to pitch up for my 3, and luckily I hit that little leaf, but honestly it probably would have been a good shot either way. I have to make this putt now, and I do. So I take my bogey, +1. Hole 7 is a par 3, 200 feet. I'm using my buzz once again. I throw it way too high, but the tee pad was a little slick, and you'll hear me say that I slipped. It was a pretty good shot still. I have a look for my birdie, and I absolutely whiff it. Right side, drops down right below the basket. I take a par. Hole 8 is a par 3, 292 feet. Huge dog leg left. I'm using my Raptor, the most stable disc in my bag. And I end up being pretty good, about, I want to say 25 from the basket, but I just couldn't hit a freaking putt that day, dude. Just taking my par again. Hole 9 is a 319-foot par 3, and this was a beautiful shot. Using my force, almost gives in the basket. My arm would have blocked it, so I'm kind of glad it didn't. Take my birdie, finally, back to even. Hole 9 is a par 3, 310 feet. Using my force, and I just put too much turn on it. It hit a branch. I also threw it a little too high. But yeah, I ended up being OB, so this is my 3rd shot chip up for it with a zone. And this is for my par. Almost made it, but yeah, I'm about, I will say, 20 feet from the basket, and nope, can't make a freaking putt. So I end up taking a 5. Hole 10 is a par 3, 273 feet. Pretty similar from hole 13. Using my force, a really good shot once again, right up there, but it was just short. So I had this really awkward line through a tree, and I whiff it, and I end up just tapping it in for my par, which again, I'm not complaining. Hole 11 is a 296-foot par 3, kind of similar also to hole 12. Super dog leg left, and I'm using my force, and it was a beautiful shot, literally parked for my birdie. Hole 12 is a 407-foot par 3. I'm playing the safe play here and just getting up the fairway and not risking going out of bounds left. And yeah, it's pretty good. I had a little jump putt attempt for my birdie, and I don't even know what that was. If I'm going to go for it, I might as well go for it, actually. But yeah, just tap it in for my par. Hole 13 is a par 3, 300 feet exactly, using my buzz and I just throw it way too high with too much hyzer, and I just hit a tree. This round was not it for me, so now I'm pitching up for my birdie right now, but it's not really much of a pitch up because I go out of bounds once again, so I take a bogey on this hole. Should not have done that. Hole 14 is a par 3, 253 feet. Huge dog leg left. I throw it way too high, way too wide with my force. It hits the hill. It rolls all the way down. I honestly think I'm OB. And then I see it, and it's barely in bounds. So now I have, like, no line out. I have to use a scuba. And I actually make it out of there, and I'm pretty close for my par. Thank God I didn't take a bogey on this hole. I tap it in for my par. Thank God. Hole 16 is a par 3, 200 feet, using my zone. And no, I just throw too much hyzer, not far enough. It wasn't that great, but it actually slid up by the basket just way to the right. Here's my bid, and it's better than any of the other bids, but I take my par. Hole 17 is a par 3, 328 feet, using my passion, and it was a decent shot. I just didn't throw it flat enough, so it just faded out way too early. Hit that tree at the end, thankfully, because I would have gone OB long. And here's my attempt. Super close. The best bid I've had all day, for sure, from circle 2. Tap it in for my par. Finally, hole 18 is a par 3, 258 feet. Throwing my Raptor once again. I just throw it way too far. Put like 80% power behind it. I didn't need to do that. Now I'm OB pitching up for my par right now and can't make a single putt. So now I take a bogey to finish my round out. I take a +3. All right, so at this point, it's me, Tim, and Joshua on the next card. I'm tied for 13th place, which I should be way better, but this round was awful. Here's my statistics. And, yeah, I think it was mainly just nerves, to be honest with you. I was not, feeling myself, just not comfortable in my putting, and it was awful. But I have another round, and here's the voiceover for round 2. Hole 1's a par 3, 278 feet, throwing my force once again. A little bit too wide, but I do get kind of lucky with the skip. I just wish it skipped farther left. So now I'm in the bush for my birdie attempt, and boom, cashed it. Put me 1 down through the round. Hole 2 is a par 4, 420 feet. Throwing my buzz up there. I'm just playing the safe route. There's also a very sketchy route, but I don't want to do that. Using my Raptor, it's just down the hill after that little tree gap right there. And I just juiced the crap out of this Raptor, and it hits a tree and just kicks straight down, leaving me with a, I don't know, probably 100-foot little, pitch up for my par, which honestly, after the drive, I'm more than happy with a par on this hole. Hole 3 is a par 3, 321 feet, using my passion, and this was a beautiful shot. There's a little backstop behind the basket, or to the left of the basket, I should say. That's a little log. And, yeah, I'm leaving myself like a 20-footer. And ching, cash it for 2 down through the round so far. Hole 4 is a par 3, 242 feet, using my Raptor at this wide forehand line. Throw a little inside, but it still gets all the way down there. And I have about a, 15-footer for my birdie. And I throw it in there, putting me 3 down through the round so far. Hole 5 is a par 3, 330 feet. I'm using my Comet, throwing it down there way too high. It's super narrow, super low ceiling, so it kind of screwed me up. And I leave myself with probably another 100 feet, or 150 feet, I'd say. Throwing my zone up there, pitching it up for my par, which honestly, after the drive, I'm happy with that. Hole 6 is a par 3, 350 feet. It goes straight for about 150, then literally just takes a weird dog leg to the right, and I absolutely just early release it super far into the woods. This is my second shot right now. I'm scrambling, boom. And I don't even make it out of the woods quite yet. And now I'm left with probably 100. So one of my cards mates said 100 from the bet to the basket. I'm using my zone, and somehow I got through everything. And, yeah, I just pitched it up there, and I tapped it in for my bogey, which honestly on this hole, a bogey kind of feels like a par. Hole 7 is a par 3, 273 feet, using my force. Boom, throw it down there. It looks so good. Skip in. Nope. Just beyond the basket, flash the chains. I have a look for my birdie, and I felt really confident for the second round some reason, so I just absolutely cashed that, top of the bin, putting me 3 down. Hole 8 is a par 4, 608 feet, using my Zeus, and I just put way too much turn on it. Luckily, I still made it 250 feet down the fairway, but then it just, dug into the ground, so I didn't really get any ground play. I'm using my force now, pitching it up. I hit a branch about 75 feet in front of me, and I just get kicked straight to the ground. Using my zone now to pitch up for my 3, and it was a pretty good shot, leaving me with about a 20-footer to the basket to save my par. And again, I felt confident with my putting. Boom, cashed in there for my par. Hole 9 is a par 3, 295 feet, using my force once again. My forehand just felt amazing for the second round, and I pushed it a little too high. It would have been such a perfect shot. But yeah, leaving me with about a 45-ish footer. You can't really tell on the screen, but 45-foot jump putt. Hits a tree at the top, and I cashed it for my birdie, putting me 4 down. Hole 10 is a par 3, 272 feet, using my force once again. Absolutely beautiful line. I peered the line, boom, putting me about, I'd say 15 from the basket to get my birdie, and I did just that, 5 down. Last one was hole 11, my bad. This one's hole 12. It's a par 3, 325 feet. This is an absolutely ridiculous hole. I went way too inside. That was my first shot with my Raptor. Kicking out to be just, smart golf. Now I'm in the middle of the fairway, pitching up for my 3 right here. A beautiful zone up shot right there, about 125 feet away. And just tap it in for my bogey. I am fine with that. Hole 13 is a par 4, 444 feet, using my buzz, and I just absolutely go way too wide. And yeah, luckily I still have a line to the basket to get my bird, but grip luck, and I hit the right side of that tree, kicking me straight down. This is my 3rd right here, and it just wasn't that great of an upshot. I am in the woods again, and this is my 4 right here. Boom, pitch it right into the woods, but at least I'm like by the basket now, but I'm in the woods. And then I pitched out from the woods. You couldn't see it, but then I just tapped it in for my 6. Hole 13 is a par 4, 493 feet, using my Zeus. Absolutely perfect drive on this hole. Puts me about, I want to say, 120 from the basket, using my zone, just pitching up. And puts me about 15 from the basket once again for my birdie. Boom, cashed it, 3 down through the round. Hole 14 is a par 3, 328 feet. Used my Thrasher. I early released it, and it wasn't good. I went into like this wood area, and I tried to kick out, and I hit the branches right above my head. So this is my 3 now. Pitch out, and I leave myself with about a 20-footer, not even, and I just absolutely chained out. I mean, that was my fault. So I tap it in for my double bogey. Hole 15 is a 665-foot par 4. Using my Zeus, I hit the first available tree, kicked straight down, and my mom didn't get this, but I did have to pitch it out because I was in a horrible spot. So this is my 3rd right here, and I throw my force about 400 feet up the fairway, which is very good, very nice, leaving me with about a 125-foot upshot for my par, which out the hands, this actually felt like and looked like it was going in. Put my hands up, but it didn't, so I took my bogey. Hole 16 is a par 3, 314 feet, using my force once again. And this line would have been so good. I just threw it way too inside. A little bit farther, literally 2 inches farther would have been the perfect line. Pitching up with my Raptor right now. This is my 2 right here. And I put me about like 25 feet from the basket. And this is a scary putt. But I cashed it for my par even. Hole 17 is a par 3, 200 feet, using my Raptor. And almost cashed it for the ace, but it's an easy tap-in birdie. Finally, hole 18 is a par 3, 213 feet, using my Raptor. It's straight uphill, and this was like the most pure, perfect line I could have asked for. If I would have thrown it 5 more feet ahead of me, I would have aced it. But yeah, I take my birdie. That's my round. So this is my statistics for this round. I did really good. I had 9 birdies. I just couldn't, I had a couple of those double bogeys and 3 normal bogeys that really tore my round apart. Still 2 down, and that actually puts me in 3rd place. I was all the way in 12th after the first round, and now I bumped myself up to 3rd place, which I was so happy with. Overall, I thought this round was super good. My best round at Northwoods by far for a tournament. I had a couple close ace calls there. But yeah, round 3 is tomorrow, and you guys will see that. So make sure you guys stay tuned for round 3 because it is it's insane. You guys will see. And that wraps up rounds 1 and 2 at Bradley and Northwoods. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. And round 3 is absolutely insane. It's coming out probably like the same time this video comes out. So after you're done watching this video, please go watch round 3. It's actually insane. It's crazy. By far my favorite tournament I've ever played, and you guys will see why at the next round. So make sure you guys go watch that really quick after you're done watching this, liking it, subscribing, and yeah. But that's been your boy KXH Rising for rounds 1 and 2. Make sure you guys go watch round 3. But yeah, have a great day, guys. Stay lovely. It's been your boy KXH Rising. Peace out.